What's in this podcast? Another special episode. I feel far away from you. This feels actually really weird. But
I feel like we are the king's table.
Yeah, like it's crazy. But we are here, a special episode. Actually, this kind of feels fitting, right? Because you know what I'm saying? You know, the things that we're aspirations that we're trying to do. You know, it's kind of we're actually manifesting a situation here, man. So welcome, Dizzy, my friend. Welcome. Tell the people about what you do and who you are and everything you got coming.
Appreciate you guys for having me. I'm Dizzy Santana. You can find me on Instagram, YouTube, all social media. I'm an artist pretty much at the end of the day. I used to make music, still make my own music and stuff, but switching over to the other side of the music game, you know what I'm saying, with the music videos and managing, it's like type deal, promoting and stuff like that.
Yep.
That's man. Just been doing it since like 2000, 99, 2000.
Wow.
But just some things that happened, so I'm kind of just getting older too, so I'm kind of just putting the music, releasing it to the public, to the side now, kind of just doing it for myself and getting into this, to the other side, music, I always got to be around the music though.
Right, of course.
But man, that's pretty much a little just
so, so basically, what is like your main goal like now?
My main goal now is really, I'm focused on music videos in general, really. Like we're doing parties, we'll do live show events, we'll do weddings, birthday parties, sports events, we're doing it all, but like main focus really is the music videos, and because I love music, so I want to stay with that.
So right now you would say you're just attacking like just shooting just music videos.
Yeah, just more of the music videos. I'm actually decided to drop my last mixtape too. This is gonna be like the final one.
So this is the final. Okay.
Yeah,
you was hitting me about tracks, so I'm getting ready.
Definitely need
I'm ready to hear that.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a 8-track little mixtape to close it out. That'll be my 10th one out, throughout the years. So I'm gonna close it off with a big 10, go out with it. So but so you just focus on the music videos and stuff like that now, man.
So what about managing and stuff? Have you gotten into like managing artists?
Pretty much got one, on and off right now. We haven't like solidified it all the way, but been working with Peso Smooth, it's my little bro, man. So he really talented, and we've been discussing things, management type deals and stuff like that. So it ain't fully set in stone yet, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, he got his own thing going on too, so I gotta go with that too. But man.
For sure, man. Definitely.
Looking for some though.
Yeah, we're gonna talk.
I'm trying to get 3. I'm trying to start with 3.
We're gonna talk at some point, bro.
That's what's up.
I'm looking for someone.
Definitely.
I'm definitely looking for someone to like.
And I'm the promoting too, like even other artists. VA artists, man, to me, if you're doing music in VA, I'm messing with it, you know what I mean? Hometown boy, so I gotta rep with the home team,
always,
stuff like
man.
that.
So have you been in Virginia your whole life?
Yeah, I've been in Virginia my whole life. I lived in a couple other areas than Fredericksburg, in Virginia for a couple years here, a couple years there, but Fredericksburg been where I'm camped out. I lived when I was younger though. I stayed in Philly for a little while and California, but California was like 3 months. My mom actually took me over there trying to keep me away from my dad type thing through court. So once that was finalized, they made her bring me back. So then I stayed in Philly for like 6 months maybe. And then came to Virginia. Where it's at.
So what's the so have you done music in Philly or was just
no, I was young then. I was young. My music was it started here in Fredericksburg. My boy Boo Blaze, he's incarcerated right now for a while. But he kind of got me into the rapping. So back when we was like 15, when I was like 15. I just picked it up, man. It was, I don't know, it was a talent of mine and a passion of mine. I just love the music.
Right. So
for me, it kind of it changed my life in ways, and then changed my life in ways, and then like it kind of saved it at the same time too, you know. So
let's talk about that. So like, how do you feel like music like changed your life? Like, what is something that it did to like impact?
Well, when I was younger, I dropped out of high school and stuff like that, and I started working when I was like 15 years old, and I actually had a baby when I was 15 years old. So it was work and take care of that, you know what I'm saying? So I started, doing music through, all my music is life experiences, you know what I'm saying? I don't try to make nothing, poppy stuff. Don't get me wrong, shout out to the people that do that, but I try to relate to people that have gone through situations that I've gone through, you know what I mean? Mental health situations or growing up, which, my father was always been in my life, but he was, working and stuff, so he wasn't never there. So 15, I was, out on the street, stuff like that, hanging with, friends, partying and stuff at a young age. So I just started, getting into the music, and all that kind of just fit in with my music, telling my story and stuff like that.
Right.
Then once I had my second daughter, when I was like 17, I kind of stopped like doing music for a good like 8 years.
What do you feel? What type of impact do you feel that made on you when you stopped doing music?
A big impact, I feel like there was a lot of time that not wasted, because I don't regret nothing, but I lost that I could have, done something more with it. But at the same time, I didn't see the talent or thought I had, especially being white, trying to rap and stuff like that. It was being in Fredericksburg. It was hard to. I never thought I could do anything. You know what I mean? So I kind of put it to the side.
Yeah, I feel you. I want to talk on both of those points.
All right, hell yeah.
So like the first one. So like being white. So like being white and rapping. Like, do you feel like that's something that's always sets you back, or?
Well, not now. It's a little bit easier now, but back then, like I said, I'm a little older. I mean, I was growing up in the Eminem era before he was like really out. We didn't have like YouTube like that, you know what I mean? So it was, everybody put you in that Eminem category anyway, you know what I'm saying? If you was a white rapper, you like Slim Shady, you know what I mean? But it's a whole, we have a lot of the same stories, but different deliverance, you know what I mean? It's a whole different vibe, Eminem. Don't get me wrong, shout out to him, he's great, but he wasn't like, I wouldn't even put him in my personal like top 5 of artists.
Right.
Not saying he ain't talented or his music ain't good. Sure. It's just,
I never really listened to Eminem like that.
Yeah, it's like something I never really listened to, you know what I mean? Also,
I think it's the content for me.
It's just certain content, you know what I mean? There's certain, music that I'm drawn to.
Definitely he's a dope rapper. Like,
of course, a legend for sure.
Exactly.
But probably one of the greatest. But there was other artists that aren't even on his level that I had that would even be in my top 5, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. So, but yeah, and then I lost my fiance like 3 years ago. Yeah, it's been 3 years now, and that, like, after that happened, I got back doing music.
Yeah. And
like I started hanging around people that were doing music again, stuff like that. And went to my boy's studio and I decided to make a song. And I don't know, I'm pretty quick with making my song. You know what I mean? So I did it right there, and he was like, "Man, why'd you ever stop?" And I kind of told him that. He was like, "Bro, keep doing it."
Yeah.
So losing her, and then things I went through in the meantime, you know what I mean? The music kind of brought me back and got me singing, you know. Kept me, so I'm like, I gotta keep doing my music.
Yeah, bro.
And then my kids are getting older, they liking it, they liking my, my people, my friends' music and stuff like that. Because I don't even listen to Virginia music. I don't listen to mainstream stuff. I mean, I listen to like other artists, but I don't listen to mainstream. It's all people that ain't signed yet or just getting there, you know what I mean? I support certain people's movements like you. I support what you're doing big time for sure. I appreciate you having me. But yeah, man, it saved my life in a lot of ways.
So what do you feel like Fredericksburg has also set you back?
Yeah, Fredericksburg is a hard area to do music in for sure. unless you're like in certain kind of music, like the rock, it's like the rock music's a lot easier around Fredericksburg. But it's always been like that too, even going back. But you go 15 minutes away from Fredericksburg and it's a whole different scene. But Fredericksburg, nobody wants to go to these shows like that people are doing. There's a lot of talent in Fredericksburg, but nobody wants to give it a chance. If you can just set something and keep it going, have a certain thing like every week and build a certain crowd for it, it might be different. But everybody around here Jones on people that are doing music, you know what I mean? So they don't want to show up to it.
You know what's funny about that? Like I always think to me, you know, I'm pushing hard to kind of like I want to do stuff around here, believe me, but like at the same time, I still want to, you know, travel and do my thing in different places. But
that's where I'm at too with even the videos, man. Like, it's just something about Fredericksburg and artists, period. Whether it's fashion, art, or music, like.
I like it here, man.
I think it's like the area. It's cool. Yeah,
I think it's one of the places where, like, you know, I come from Maryland, bro. So, like, just even spending my time there when I graduated and coming back here, the difference. And, like, I love Maryland. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's nothing. Like, my mom, you know, my mom will tell you, like, we love Maryland. Like, but being out here is, like, a different environment. It's like
on that level,
It's like a chill. It's like a chill, nice environment. I like the people are very good and the people are very cool. But I think, you know, like you said, the music, the population is not really into hip hop music like that. And at the same time, I feel like a lot of people are really slow pace moving around here.
Yeah, that too. Like, there's a lot of good talent. Well, and it's also because of how the area is too. That, you know, all the artists know that, so they feel like they're wasting their time in a way to, you know, I'm out here doing this for certain artists.
Certain people have moved out.
Certain people move.
But you do. I still think you gotta get
music. Leave Fredericksburg.
You got it.
But other than that, if you want to have a good time and good people and love, come to Fredericksburg.
Yeah.
But when it comes to music and stuff like that, man,
it's growing. Like, we're growing it, but at the same time, if you're really trying to push for
it, you're gonna have people like me, you, and other artists keep pushing it.
We're gonna push for it. But like, it's gonna happen, but in due time. You know what I mean?
Right. You keep doing something every week, the crowd's gonna grow each week. And then once this person, man, you gotta go check that out, man. If they're doing a pretty good show or a pretty good whatever, it's gonna turn.
You can keep it this way at the same time, because that one's still pulling at him. Yeah. But that one's at him at all times. So, sorry about that.
You good,
getting
bro.
everything together.
Yes, sir.
So like with the Fredericksburg stuff. So I feel like, you know, with enough people, it'll come together. But I think, you know, it's slow moving. And it's not as tight together. I think that's why cities are able to. They're able to. It's a better place to get music off because it's more people, it's more populated areas, and more concentrated.
That is a big part of it too. Because you can walk around downtown Fredericksburg about 7:30, 8 o'clock. There ain't a lot of people walking around. You go to Richmond or DC, 2 o'clock, them streets are still crowded with people walking around. So there's people just in and out of certain places.
Really attack it. You know what I'm saying? Like the things that we talked about, like. Because, you know, like I said, I'm interested in having you join my team too, and having a part of your team. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we talked about like the work ethic. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all about like the grind. You know what I'm saying? Because really, you know, music in general, it don't matter. Because like we could talk about being in a bigger city being the best way to do everything, but at the same time, now you're putting yourself in a position where there's maybe instead of 1,000 artists, there may be 10,000 artists that are doing it. So now you got to differentiate yourself from all those 10,000 artists. So now you got to figure out how are you going to be different.
Yeah.
So now you got another problem. So that still comes down to the work ethic. That still comes down to the grind.
Yeah, it's just a lot of it, man. You got to put in the work. Like, you can make a song, but if you're not, you know, paying either to promote it or putting in the work to promote it or each week dropping some content, you know what I mean? I know some people, you know, put up money for their promotions and stuff, and some people ain't got it, so you gotta put in that work, man, and constantly post it, constantly put out new stuff, you know what I mean? If you ain't got that bread to just, you know, throw on promotion and I'm from back in the day, man, where you had to sell the CDs. So I like the old
school. And that's the same concept. That's the same. You know, like I study this shit, bro. So like, fucking, I feel like that's like the concept that I think we still gotta keep. I still feel like
it's kind of sad, man. I kind of miss that. Like, you used to be able to hand out your CD or something like that.
I think it's still there, but it's not a CD.
Now you like just go to your phone and I can hear your song. I used to like having that copy.
Right, right. I think you can still do CDs, and I also think you still got to take that concept of passing out something that revolves into.
Well, now they got their little cards now too,
and
where you can like scan it or whatever.
That comes with grind, you know what I'm saying? Where like
still a grind, yeah.
You gotta be able to.
Some people might not catch you on YouTube or ever look up your stuff on YouTube.
They're in person.
If I give you that card,
it's right there. They're gonna be able to scan on their phone. They're gonna have it. Like an open mic, bro. I tell you the truth. I've gained more followers going to an open mic, and you just keep on going to those joints. And then I figure, you know. They say I'm giving up too much game, but I guess that's what this show is about anyway. That's what the whole thing is about, give up the game. But you're gonna still make money at open mics, cause all you gotta do is have a product. Like this whole thing is about making a product. Music is just
you ain't
part of a
movie. Fan base. You ain't gonna have nothing.
The music is part of a movie.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? It's what you are trying to portray yourself. People are trying to watch you. That's why I think now in this day and age, they want more than me. They want content. They want to know who you are as a person.
Whatever catches it. They just want something that's catching their eye or something that's insane. They're not even listening to half the lyrics anymore.
Yep. Whether it's music videos, the videos are now so big. You know what I'm saying?
Now people are just making songs just for you to make your TikToks or something like that.
I mean, it's short films and
but
stuff. Yeah,
I mean, there's a couple of these new, artists and stuff that I like. But that stuff ain't. Yeah. Like you gotta tell me something in your song. You know.
Yeah, I feel what you're saying.
You gotta tell me
I feel what you're saying.
I like that kind of.
That's how I am, man. I like those are the top artists, you know, and that's what I look for in like a manager to kind of understand, you know, the lane that I'm taking, because it's a different lane. You know, I may not go to a venue, or well, I could, because I have surrounded myself with the right people to be able to go to any venue, but my music doesn't necessarily translate in a venue that is, you know, going to be packed with 1,000 Bloods and Crips, and you know what I'm saying? Like, could I perform in that venue and make songs? Yeah, because I surrounded myself with. I thought about that, and I realized, I want to make a stage presence. I need to make a stage that people that have that hype music, so we can bring a whole show to we throw our own show.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? And
be able to have your own fan base,
and be able to you know do things like that. So. It's about thinking it through. I think a lot of people get into it. They're like, I just want to rap. You know, I want to get on the mic and rap. But you know, you don't even like go through these steps, these like this shit takes forever. This shit takes sacrifice. Man. You're gonna have to.
I still work a full-time job.
Talk about that.
Go to work, come home, go straight to the studio. Straight out. I got a little studio set up at my house. You know. That I kind of just like do like scratch tracks on and record what I want to, you know, get it, and then I'll go to my man's studio. But every day, as soon as I get off 4:30 or whatever time I get home, sometimes I might not take a shower. I go straight out there and just start working on music or editing or thinking about the next move and
so
reaching out to.
I want to talk about like having a job and stuff. Not my fault to cut you off.
Oh, you good?
But so like having a job and doing the music. So when do you feel like for you and like management and even in just you having a dream and to do videos and things, when do you feel like it's the right time for you to make that leap to take it
for me, like out, you know, my whole life and what's happened right now for me. Yeah. But I got a couple more things, you know, I gotta get in progress where I want them to be for what I'm trying to do before I can just jump all in.
Do you feel like that is something that is needed to get to?
Yeah, for sure.
I think I agree with you.
For sure.
I think I agree with you.
Because there's certain things that I can't do.
I think to guarantee it, because I can't say it's the only way, because there's plenty of people like Bryson, so I can think off the top of my head, that was working at UPS, because you're gonna need to start with that,
and
because you're gonna need to stack your money up.
Right, exactly.
You're gonna need.
And I'm not telling you quit your job, but for me it was like I said back then. I never thought I was gonna really do nothing with music. I loved it, but these past couple of years, like just things with all the music and the whole thing in general is just falling into place, one on top of the other. So like something's just been telling me it's your time to just ride with it and jump with it, and go all in the deep end. So
no bullshit, man. Cause
man. And it's also a personal choice too with people. You know what I mean? There's some people that
it's what you want.
It's what you want. You gotta want it. And you know what I mean? I've always loved music since I was a kid.
And
I knew I was gonna do something.
Honestly, that's what anything, bro. Like it's hard to do anything. I feel like unless you want it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like one of those things where it's like. If you don't necessarily attack something attack it at your all-time best, it's probably not going to ever achieve, especially something like
you already failing if you already having that in your mind that if you're not all in it and you don't have the passion and love for it, and something in the back of your mind still holds.
It's crazy.
It is. You know what I mean? And a lot of people look at it like, when you tell people you're trying to do music, you're in it, it's some crazy far-fetched dream.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
like they automatically.
But it's really not. There's a lot of talent. If you put in the work ethic, you have the love.
You gotta show something for it. Cause like people used to laugh at me when I said the music until I be like, they'd be like, yo, what's that brain on your shirt? Oh yeah, what's that G-Mod stand for on your shirt? Cause you gotta make that shit actually mean something.
You gotta want it.
Once you make that shit mean something,
you gotta
once you make it actually like, you gotta stamp on it. Like it don't matter what anyone says. Like as an artist, you're the trendsetter.
That's it.
You make the trend.
Especially once you find if you got a unique style.
That's the confidence you gotta have as an artist, bro. I think that's the missing key. Like if you go in and you look at our favorite artist together is Lil Baby. That's what we have in common, right?
Yeah.
So what are your things you like about Lil Baby? Go.
I mean, everything he talks is real. I mean, it's life's experiences or something that somebody you can relate to. A lot of, I can relate to, through my life.
What about image and style?
His image, he got his own little sound. He got a different sound. You know what I mean? So,
like, do you picture yourself? Okay, let me ask you this now. Do you picture yourself, like, if you was like close your eyes, right, and you hear his rapping, you picture yourself like, yo, this is like me. Like, if I could rap, this is what I would sound like.
For sure.
I think that's the key to grabbing fans, right?
Yeah.
But it only comes with confidence. It's because Lil Baby is genuinely Lil Baby. There's no other Lil Baby.
And that's,
so now you relate to it.
You gotta be me all the time.
Exactly. That's why I mess
with him. Talk too.
Bro, it's the stop, bro. It's like
especially the mainstream artists. I don't like watch them or listen to them for their music. I watch them. Their lifestyle and how they not for what they got, or the riches, just how they move, certain things they do, how they think,
Because it's like inspirational
right.
shit.
You know what I mean? So you try to move certain ways, do certain things. Okay, if that's working for him in certain ways.
And now this podcast.
I'm not saying it works for everybody, but
this podcast shit has changed the world. Like I be telling people, all you gotta do, these niggas is giving the gems right on these podcasts. They literally they literally tell you how to do it step by step.
You can watch any time podcasts is out there, so
I ain't
somebody
gonna
is telling you,
bro.
man.
I know
it's not hard. You just
just
gotta want it.
I don't want to sound like cocking and I know I'm going because bro, I fall asleep to this shit.
Like I said, I go to work and I go straight to the studio until I fall asleep. And it's usually about 1 o'clock, 1 in the morning, because I got to be up at like 6:30. So
exactly.
I at least try to give myself but if I'm not working or if it's the weekend, I'm going until I can't all day, every day.
Like I be listening to the gym before I go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Like
I'm in my head, in my sleep, going through music. Like wake up, like I gotta write that down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You gotta have that hunger, man.
But man, it's just in me too, though. So some certain people are different too, and it's just music's in me. It just drives me. You know what I mean?
Right. So if you was to say. If you say the first 3 things you would do if you had $50,000, $60,000, right? And they told you, I need you to help fix the music scene in Fredericksburg, whether it be create venues or whatever, etc. What would you do?
That's one of my dreams anyway, is to do something like that, because we need an area for, I'd have something like kind of like a library, but not like a library, where you could come, kids off the street that aren't fortunate enough to pay for studio time or something, there'd be a studio there so they can come do studio time, a game rec room over here, you know what I mean, an art room, a fashion room, learn how to braid hair, do that, you know what I'm saying, something for everybody in the arts, craft, and trade type deal that there's not around here, you know what I mean, Fredericksburg kind of kills that whole art dream when you're little, as you're little, like, it's kind of an area that makes you think, and it puts it on you too, like, that can't happen. You ain't gonna be that. If you're from Fredericksburg, you know what I mean? I've heard that since I was little. Even to these kids now, I hear the same thing. If you wanna be anything in arts or music or anything like that.
Now, I'm gonna say this because I think you saying that, right? Now, this is why I'm glad my mom, I got both sides to things, right? Cause I got a little bit of we was not in the city, but I got a little bit of where the city environment is a little different, right? So they have more recreational stuff. Like I was in camps for everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't necessarily have things like that here.
No.
And I think that's because there's not much violence going on. There's not much kids running around doing certain things. Like in DC, Maryland, up in that area, it's a lot going on. So they're begging the kids to go and begging people to get their way out of it. We don't necessarily have too much of that around here.
We'll see that, and that's what I mean. Fredericksburg don't want it too. Like Fredericksburg don't even allow they won't even allow clubs to play music half the time. You know what I mean?
Nowhere for us to
go.
So
it's Fredericksburg is a.
They had the shit.
If you're trying to chase a dream like this, or Fredericksburg will kill it. You know what I mean? Because.
I'm itching to say something. Now I want to talk about that too, because that's the interesting thing is that, like you just said, that there's no balance in the area, so the need is not necessarily there as opposed to being in like a city part where they feel like that's the only way we can keep people off the streets and all that kind of stuff. But my thing is that the silent stuff is what they're missing.
Right.
It's like that piece that Fredericksburg and Spotsylvania and Orange is not recognizing, is that we got that silent pain.
Yes,
so that depression, that drugs.
That's a lot worse.
Like, it might not seem like everybody is doing it, we're not shooting up everything, but they're shooting up other ways, right? You know, and to me, that's worse. That's worse. Just like what you just said before. Exactly. And then when you said not
of my life,
exactly. And so when you said right, exactly. I definitely want to talk to you about that. You know I do. But like what you said about the arts, you're right, because there's a lot of creativity, and to me, bringing that out and creating an environment for people to be able to, the younger people to be able to express themselves in those ways, to get that out, that depression and that, feeling stuck and all the other kind of feelings, those types of programs need to be available. So that hushing it up and acting like it doesn't exist, it's not cool to me. It's not cool because it does exist.
Exactly. I mean, like I said, like when Fredericksburg is just, I don't know what it is. They even like a lot of these neighborhoods, they made them tear down their basketball hoops and stuff. Like, that brings a bad crowd. Like, okay, so what are these kids, you tell them about these kids shooting up and all that, what are they gonna do now?
Exactly.
Like, you done took everything away from them that they can even do. You're not letting them be artistic and show themselves in music or fashion or other ways. So like you said, what are they gonna do? Okay, I'll sit in my room and just get high or whatever they, you know what I mean? And it's just sad. And it's been like that since I was a kid, man. It's something about Fredericksburg when there's a lot of talented people around here, but Fredericksburg don't allow them to show it. And then so they've been seeing that for so long, they just don't even try no more. So they're kind of like, get in the shell and just, okay, I'm cool with where I'm at. I'm content. I'll never be content. I want to keep moving, you know what I mean? But a lot of these people do, like you were saying, they just get content because of how this area is or what people say. You know, that was a big part of why I stopped music back in the day too, is people saying that, it's never going to work. It's never going to work. But I at younger age, I didn't know to put in that work too.
That's people throwing off their,
because they don't want to see you shine.
Yeah, and they don't. They
because there's a lot of them same haters back then. They ain't gonna lie, that are on my stuff now, blowing me up, talking about that's on crank. That's on crank.
They can't. They believe they can't do it. This camera's off too, bro.
What's
this
off?
one's off. Yeah, I have the jump, but
So I can't get both of y'all.
it's fine. We can just pan, I guess. Like we were going. But yeah, what was I just saying? I forgot what I was just saying. But regardless of like, people they throw off their stuff that they think and try to throw it off on other people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
the main thing. Like, so I feel like now, and believe me, I'm still learning. Like as I talk, believe me, I don't know, I'm still learning. But as I start thinking shit, as I'm approaching like 30, you're older than me, so you probably know better than me. You start learning later on. You gotta think for yourself.
Yeah.
There ain't no other person that's gonna tell you how to move besides yourself.
And it's never too late to start what you start. What you want or what you love. It's never too late, man. Like I said, I'm in my mid-30s and I'm about to just jump all in with it. You know what I mean? So it's a time for everybody too. You know what I mean? Everybody, you might start younger. Some people are younger. You know what I mean? But God's got a plan for everybody too, though. Your time might be before mine. It is, but I know I'm going to get it because I put in the work. So regardless, I'm going to get it or make it happen. Just because of, my work ethic and my drive for it alone,
Yep.
And like you said, like little baby, just being real and being yourself all the time. Mm-hmm. Like that's gave me, I can go anywhere, not because I think I can go anywhere, because I respect everybody until I'm disrespected. So if I'm in your city, I know how to respect certain things and certain people to be able to be in certain environments or whatever, just because I'm gonna respect you while I'm here. You know, you've never done nothing personal to me and stuff like that. So I'm cool. I treat everybody the same.
I had a friend. I took him down to Maryland, and my one friend, he was like, "Yo, like, he was like, yo, everybody's so calm down here. Like, they're so like chill. Like, it's not like how you like, expect it. Even when you talking about, spinning the block on somebody, it's some calm shit. Like, it's because like." Rah-rah shit happens when you got a lot of people that are not really, either they're portraying something that they're watching on TV, or
they're broke.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's what it comes from. It comes from poverty. That's where all this shit starts from.
They don't want to put in the work to move up. And
that's the crazy part, is that's why I never understood why someone who's from suburbia would want to be, if you're already good, why would you even want to be thugging?
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
To me, I'm trying to be at a table like this and all my people eating and bossing up how we getting to the next day, how we stepping up the next day.
Man,
how we stepping up the next
honestly,
day.
bro, beef is so stupid. Like how everybody's people are trying to like, of course, like, don't get me wrong, this music shit is fake. Like when people be beefing around music shit, like that shit is fake. But like at the end of the day, people be taking that shit for some real shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the violence and shit is really, it's really unnecessary when you think about it, because all we doing is taking, we're taking people off the earth that don't need to be taken off the earth. We're taking great rappers off the planet for real. Great moguls, great people that are going to provide for their family, and we're going to create generational wealth. And we took them off the street because jealousy, based on because other things, and it's also our same color. I'm sorry, man. I be thinking you're black sometimes. I'm talking like
you're good, man. I don't see colors. So.
Yeah, man. Me neither, bro. That's how I try to be.
That's why I talk to people just for you.
I'll be honest, because
each
of our races all have traits. Each of our races tend to have traits from generational things, generational curses, generational things that have happened over time. So for us, we were born with trauma. At the end of the day, we're always fucking anxious. I don't know, but I haven't been able to figure out why the fuck do we keep on like trying to harm each other. Like, what the fuck is that? Something that's systematically trained? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'll be out here getting it together. Like, there's so much out here to be made, man. There's so much out here.
For whatever reason, bro, like I don't understand why it's always got to be a hate thing. Everything turns into a hate thing. Everything turns into a back and forth. Everything.
Let's do something to my kids. Hey, I can't. You can talk what you want. Call me this. Okay, first you gotta show me and prove that what you talking. Cause to me, you just, you know what I mean. Unless you touch my kid, you can just talk that all day. It ain't gonna affect me. I hate so it's too, you know, it's too much in it in the world nowadays, man. So I'm trying to bring the love back. And music is that. Music is that. Just get on the music.
Exactly, bro. Exactly.
I'm telling you, music is therapy.
I'm gonna ask a couple questions before we get out of here. What is your top 3 rappers? Let's go top 5 in Fredericksburg right now.
In Fredericksburg, I gotta go with my little cut Peso, man. I gotta go with Peso. I gotta go with Peso. I gotta go with my boy Yashua Yahoo.
Yep.
And I gotta go with Henny Man.
Yep.
I gotta go with Henny.
Hell yeah, bro. Those are definitely. I'm trying to get a Pad Master on the show, so we're trying to get Peso on the show.
Yeah, man, I was gonna actually try to surprise you today and pull up.
That would have been the shit.
But I was running late from work, man. I really was. I'm like, man, I'm just gonna pull up with Peso and have a surprise special tank joint. But I was, like I said, I was running late from work to try to meet you and stuff, so I didn't get to do it. But I'm gonna work on that for you for sure.
Oh yeah, bro, yeah. Peso's hard to get to.
I got you.
But I got, we gotta get Henny Man. I've been talking to him, so we gotta get him on the show.
Definitely, yeah.
Yes, you know, from there.
Yeah,
bro,
I mean, there's a lot of good ones out here, though. There's a lot of good ones out here, but yeah, those are probably my top 3 right now.
Dope.
In Fredericksburg.
Eventually, I'm gonna get you to say I'm number 1, bro.
I really like.
Look, that's where I'm at with it, man.
I really
look,
do.
I'm like.
And you right there, probably at 3.
Okay,
you right there. I'm serious. I'm being serious.
That.
What's happening?
But that's how, you know. Don't take it like as like a. It's like that's how I drive myself. It's like it's not a competition really.
But also at the same time, we just actually meet. So I'm just actually hearing your music. I've been doing it since I started hearing it. But you and Henny are right there.
Oh yeah, I appreciate it. Like
for sure.
That's the like kind of things that kind of like I guess what I'm trying to say is I want younger artists to like look at like think of little goals like. So my goal for this year is to like I want to be on a chart that of VA or of something like I feel like
you got a different sound.
I don't want
your stuff.
Yeah, I don't want like I feel like you know these lists that come out and shit like they don't necessarily like represent like really what the music is for Fredericksburg.
Right. I
feel like it's just like a bunch of like to me it's just a bunch of gimmicks. It's a bunch of what Fredericksburg should not be, and that's why niggas is getting laughed at. When I go back home, niggas is like, bro, y'all niggas is clowns for real. Because at the end of the day,
it's the whole different scene.
We're pushing something that is. I don't understand why we glorify that shit. And at the end of the day, people aren't even listening to Fredericksburg music because of that shit. Because it sounds the same. Because there's no changing it. Like I had tons of friends that and people in general. Like when I play my music for people at parties and shit. Like I party with females, but like it might be a party with just be me, my man. And 6 to 8 girls, right? That's how I represent females, bro.
That's it. A lot of my music is kind of directed that way too.
So with them, they automatically tell me, man, I don't want to hear that shit. And plus, it's more stupid to hear the nigga that is making that same rah shit when I can hear this shit all day, and it's and I can hear it from a nigga who I don't gotta see down the street.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You're right. It's a small area, so
it's like like I feel like everything is just about really just figuring out what your goals are and attacking it. Then my next thing will be, what are some of the things you plan on doing next?
Next, get some of these videos out, get some of these videos shooting. Y'all book with me, man. Stamp That TV. That's my stuff, that's my little production stuff. Yeah, get with me. My next step is to really take off with these videos, man. I upgraded my equipment and stuff like that. Just recently.
Yeah.
So I'm about to try to get the ball rolling with the videos, man, and really jump on that, man. So
yeah, man, that sounds good, bro. Like I had a pleasure, man. I wish it could be longer,
bro, for
sure.
Yeah, my kids are buzzing me too, wanting something to eat. But I got a little bit of something. I appreciate y'all.
We're gonna link, man. I'm gonna do that song for you. Did you send it to me already?
I don't know if I sent you the one I did, but I still got an open verse on it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I said, all these tracks that I'm doing on my mixtape are gonna be features.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I always love doing features, and I figure if I'm going out.
Next time you go to the studio, let me know, cause yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna pull up.
I'm gonna try. Actually, try Saturday night.
Dope.
I think.
Saturday night.
I'm still waiting to hear back.
I might be back from JMU depending on what I'm doing. So yeah.
Even there, I've gotta get back up there.
Bro, I'm trying to, man. Wait till you jump on the
JMU.
Wait till you get on the team, bro. I got the littest shit planned, bro.
I'm with it, man. We definitely gonna talk about that.
Yeah,
that's not for y'all yet.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
But yeah, man. Dizzy Santana, Instagram, Spotify, YouTube. Stamp That TV is where you can find me with my videos and everything like that, man.
One last question.
Check me out.
So you said how old you are now?
I'm 30. I'll be 37 in August.
37. So
yeah.
As now you're 37, what are some of the things you learned that you would tell your 16-year-old self?
Man. Work ethic. The work ethic, and if you want it, man, keep pushing it. Don't listen to what society's telling you, or even the area that, if it's an area that you live in like Fredericksburg that don't like give you a chance already with that, keep following your dreams, man. It's never too far to reach. I'm telling you, you put in that work and you really want it and you manifest it. Manifestation is real, man. You can do whatever you want, man. So yeah, if I could have not like took it for granted so much, then like I always done it for fun, but then I used to just, I ain't never gonna make it anyway, so it was just making it for myself.
Nah, man.
But really deep down inside of myself, I was dying to just want to do something with music.
Hey, man, like we said when we first linked up, bro, we were talking on Instagram DM at 2 in the morning, 2:30 in the morning, and I said, yo, I already know we gonna fuck with each other, bro, because at the end of the day,
in the studio.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, bro, like, at the end of the day, we on the same work at, we on the same time.
It's all day, every day. Like I said, if I had that more time to jump all in, it'd be sky's the limit, man. We're gonna take off.
I'm gonna have a lot of work for you, bro.
I'm ready.
We're
gonna take off, man.
I'm telling you, man,
it's time for takeoff for me.
It's time to work, bro.
We about to get into work, and y'all about to see a lot to come.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So let's get on out of here. Another episode of What's the Niche here with David Lamont, and here my friend
Dizzy Santana. Appreciate y'all. Show love.
All right, yo. We out this jump. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.